Well, here we are. We're at the 33rd randomly picked place out of the Walking Highlights draw. It's a brand new year, folks, and we return here at a different time of the year. Today, I'm back at the Grand Western Canal in Devon. I'll be starting in the Manly car park around here, and then we'll be going right alongside the canal, this way, all the way along here, and we'll carry on and we'll see how far we can get along here, and then I'll be turning back all the way back to the car. So join me on my walk to see how I get on. Well, here we go. We're starting at Manly Bridge car park, and if you remember, this will all bring back some memories as we had the shot of this view, and of course turned round in that car park. But off we go to carry on and see how this is. Been very much looking forward to carrying on along here, I must say. And it's, as I say, it's a completely different time of the year. You know, people are all wearing layers of clothes. Of course, the big question is, how long are we going to walk along here for? And that was one of the sort of comments from Rue, which is fair enough. Like to try and get a good distance, see how we get on. Today the weather conditions, as you can see, overcast, and it's about 7 degrees shown in the car. Yeah, it's quite chilly on the hands. And again, we've got regular seating along here, but it's just so peaceful and calming just walking along here with the canal next to you. It really is. The sound of a robin coming from over there. I can just about see them actually. I'll just see if I can zoom in so we can have a look. Can just about see them there, look, in the middle. Of course, when we look back, you can see Manly Bridge there, right in the distance. There's quite a few walkers out today, and everyone's just really friendly and saying hello. You get a smile from them, and I can understand why, because you just feel happy being here, you know. It's really interesting seeing how the whole feeling of being here at a different time, different season. As I said, I didn't know when I was going to be coming back here. Could have been in the summer again this year. You know, it could have been any time. We're really in the hands of the hat, aren't we, for where we're going all the time. And you just sort of go past different wildlife's territories. It's almost like they're saying, good afternoon, as you go on your way. Oh, look at that shot. The reflection coming from the bridge, you know, the light, that oval shape. Yeah, really cool. really cool. Nice little area here just to chill for a bit, or you know, you bring like your collapsible like camping chair and just sit here and have your lunch and take it all in, right? But yeah, it's a really lovely picture. If you could get a picture of that on a day like this, which is a bit like just overcast and quite a moody kind of feel to the weather. Yeah, awesome. Well, that platform actually is for people to get off the horse-drawn barge, stretch their legs, and the barge turns around here on the short journeys, but it also gives an opportunity for the horse to do a bit of grazing whilst people are stretching their legs. There's also longer trips where you can go to Sanford Peveril and apparently pop in the pub, and apparently there's some fish and chips as well somewhere, but we might find out more information about that, but we'll crack on. But at the moment, of course, the horse-drawn barge has stopped for the season, but will be returning with us back, well, in April. Got some canal boats along here. There's a lot of canal boats here actually. Got some open fields on the other side here. Everything's been cut, well, grown so carefully and straight there, haven't they? And then, yeah, looks like we've got maybe a coot from over there, getting some exercise. But yeah, loads of boats around this part of the canal. But you know, people, I can imagine, probably do live in quite a few of these. Why not? What a life, eh? To have. Living along here. There's some roses there. So yeah. All the trees without their leaves at the moment. Right, this was something Rue actually mentioned as well to me, and we've come across this now. Sorry if I've mispronounced your name there, but yeah, there we go. So the aqueduct, you're standing beside the only surviving aqueduct on the Devon section of the Grand Western Canal. It was built in 1847 and is a fitting point from which to consider the turbulent history of the canal, as the railway which the aqueduct was built to accommodate had a drastic effect on the canal's fortune. So there we go, look. And then you've got engines used on the line. Engine number 1471 pictured there was built by the Great Western Railway at Swindon in April 1936, one of a class of 74 similar engines used mostly on branch lines all over the GWR system. 1471 moved to Exeter in 1958 from South Wales and remained until the Exe Valley line closed in October 1963. At that time, British Railways had many thousands of redundant steam engines, and in November 1963, engine 1471 was taken back to Swindon Works, where it was broken up for scrap. Only 4 engines of this type survive: 1420, 42, 50, 66, all of which worked locally. 1442 is on display in Tiverton Museum, good to know, and keeps alive the name of which locals knew their train, the Tivy Bumper. Love it. But yeah, and yeah, it shows a map showing the routes of the Grand Western Canal, the Bridgewater and Taunton Canal, and the Bristol and Exeter Railway in 1848. So it's good to sort of like linking these things up, isn't it? Um, yeah, and as we step up onto history, look, you can see down there the railway line. And yeah, the aqueduct. But yeah, great to be able to be here. As I say, Rue was saying we'll get there eventually. We have. But yeah, we'll crack on, because just cautious of how much time we've got today. I mean, I started off mid-afternoon coming here, so had to get my brake lights at the back. Obviously at the back there's not going to be brake lights at the front, is there, on a car? But yeah, I had to get those replaced. If you're wondering how we're doing, there you go, that's where we're at. Okay, so thinking about how far I'm going to go, I'm thinking getting to Halberton and then back, because we're making good progress. So I brought a lunch with me, but I don't know if I'm going to eat it today. I just want to get on with it, and I don't feel too hungry. So I've obviously had my Weetabix today, but I'm good at the minute. Oh, got some more hens. Yeah, it's a bit bitter today, but time to just try and have something to drink, because I haven't yet. Naughty me. I love these little areas where you can just go on a platform and feel like you're really involved in the canal and the vibes of it all, and just take it all in here. With all the wildlife that we're seeing and hearing, and it's like a little orchestra going on, isn't it? Right, so we'll go up here to carry on. I think, is this a you are here, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, we're doing well. Look, we're close to Halberton, as you can see, and some information about Crown Hill Bridge as well. So in the past, Crown Hill Bridge has been referred to as Back Lane Bridge and Change Path Bridge. At this point, the towpath switches from one side of the canal to the other, and horses pulling tub barges would have been unhooked and led over the bridge, whilst the barges were punted through underneath. The towpath changes sides twice throughout its length, here at Crown Hill Bridge and again at Waytown Tunnel near its current northern terminus. So yeah, that explains why we need to be over here, or on the other side. I'll give you a shot from up here, because I think this will be really nice. Gang of ducks group in there, and then over here as well, look at that. Oh, what a shot that is, eh? So we're coming up to Tiverton Road, where this bridge is showing its face. Yeah, I don't tend to wear gloves when I'm out, or I don't really wear hats, to be honest. I'm not a hat person. Well, I sometimes wear caps, don't I? When you see me wear caps when it's really hot, but yeah, I don't tend to wear them. But the reason why I don't wear gloves, I think I might have explained it in Hawkridge, was it's just easier to do the filming without the gloves on. But yeah, it's all good though. I forget about all that anyway because there's just so much to admire here, isn't there? Yeah. You get this like V shape of ripples, don't you, with ducks or swans or whatever. I suppose they're thinking, has he got any food possibly? He's got a rucksack on. And there's a moorhead getting involved here as well, look, coming down. So you get a good choice here. You can carry on to Sanford Peveril, 3.5 miles, go back to Tiverton Basin for 3 miles, or you can cut through on the road to Halberton for 0.5 mile. So, well, I'm going to carry on the normal route, of course. And there's two chaps fighting over one woman at the moment. But yes, they're probably like her security guards. Yeah, there's a lot of drama in the duck world, isn't there? I'm interested to find out what this bridge is called now. There's some pigeons up there fighting or trying to sort matters out. Yes, Tiverton Road Bridge. Okay, fair enough, that makes sense, going, well, being Tiverton Road. And there's this little area where you can park here. Oh, I see, yes, I recognise where we are. So this is where I would normally park for a walk. So that's really cool to link that up. So this car park near Halberton, as you can see, there's plenty of spaces there and it's completely free. Don't have to pay, and then you can really enjoy coming here and appreciating it. And then look at that view, look at that. But yeah, that's great. Well, we're certainly making progress then, folks. Well, we might as well stop and read this about the Tiverton Road Bridge. So you've got, yeah, the Swan's Neck to avoid the village of Halberton and to keep the canal on a level contour. The canal was constructed in a big sweeping bend, which is known as the Swan's Neck. Looking away from the car park across the fields below, you can see where the canal bends round following the hedge line as it passes above Halberton to your right. There you go. And there is a Swan's Neck circular walk that you can do. And again, you are here. And yeah. And the car park opposite was once a stone crushing yard managed by Mr. William Elworthy, who brought stone by barge from his quarry 8 miles north at Whipcott. His barges annually transported around 7,000 tonnes of stone, with each boat carrying around 8 to 10 tonnes. 3 stone barges chained together and drawn by 2 horses took about 2.5 hours to travel from Whipcott to Tiverton Road Bridge. On arrival at the depot, the large limestone rocks were loaded into a steam-driven stone cracking machine. The work was extremely noisy and it created a great deal of dust as the stone passed through the cylinders before being discharged in different grades of size. The crushed stone was then transported by a fleet of 23 steam-driven traction engines to a wide area around Tiverton, where much of the stone was used for road servicing. These almost look a bit like their baby moorhens. They're quite small, aren't they? I might be wrong, but it seems like a lot of wildlife at the moment is just giving birth to young uns throughout the whole of the year at the moment. So just over there is Tiverton Golf Club, and having the canal as a backdrop as you're playing. Look at this. Very nice indeed. And that's a good overview of the full amount of distance we've covered along the canal from the beginning of it. They're certainly cracking on well. There's a nice farm shop in Halberton that you can visit, but probably advisable to go there a bit earlier in case they're closed. But yeah, it's nice there. So you can go all the way there, rest for a bit, and you know, make your way back. It's a beautiful dog, isn't it? An ideal place to take your canine friend along here. Yeah, so I'm very familiar with this sort of area, like the Swan's Neck. But I can imagine people cycle along here to work and back, and what a lovely routine that is. Something to look forward to in the morning, and then when you finish work. But you've really got to appreciate it, haven't you? These places, you don't have to go far to appreciate a nice place. Wherever you are, you know, you've just got to yeah, get back out. And if you can, not everyone can, of course, and as I say, it's great to have you along with us today and enjoy the next part of the canal, isn't it? Taking everything in, enjoying all the scenery, and on the way back you can sort of pick up the pace, can't you? But we're now at Sell Lake Bridge, and this nice straight bit of the canal. Look at that. Yeah, there's good reminder signs along here that cyclists need to dismount, because you don't want someone coming around the corner and you're walking. Yeah, I certainly have done more than we did last time. And there is Halberton Village, and we're not that far away now. Yeah, our turnaround place will be Greenway Car Park. I haven't been counting the number of bridges, but yeah, I'd rather soak in the environment than keeping tabs on that. But yeah, and as we've made it to Greenway Bridge, got to have a bit of information from this, haven't we? So let's see what we can find out from what's been going on here. So the half-mile long section to the west of Greenway Bridge has historically suffered from persistent leaks due to the cracked underlying rock. The costs and delays associated with this eventually became so great that the transport of limestone to a stone crushing depot at Tiverton Road Bridge ceased in 1925, and commercial traffic on the canal ended. In the 1930s, the leaky section was dammed off at either end, so for the several decades there was just a dry, grassy canal bed here instead of water. Much of the canal's water supply comes from springs in the bed of the canal at the northern end. This gap in the canal had a serious impact on the Tiverton end of the canal, which became reliant on rainfall and surface runoff for its water supply. But yeah, there we are, we're there at the moment, and all those bridges you can see, and you've got to go all the way to here, which is quite some distance. So yeah, there's the cafe and farm shop in that direction, and then Greenway Bridge there. And we're going to leave it at that and just have a look at the car park, because it's close by here, so we can get an idea of what that's like, because that's where I said I'd go, and that's 70 yards ahead. So presumably that's not too far up here. You with a teaser of the next part of the canal, and will we be going on that at some point in the future? We shall see. But yeah, just up here, right on the right, this car park. Okay, so not huge, is it? But yeah, enough for, as you can see, that amount of cars. Yeah, there we go, Greenway car park. Well, I'm going to head back now, bit further this time on this part of the canal, so I'll give you some shots as we go back, and we've got enough light, I think, and it's pulling out, as I say, the days, isn't it? And I'll give you my thoughts when we get back to the car. Right, there we go, the walk is complete. You can just about see me actually, can't you, at the moment? Tried to get the best light I could, but we did 9 kilometers in the end. I'm trying to, yeah. So, yeah, pretty happy with that today, I must say. Great to return back to the Grand Western Canal. I really, and I keep saying this, I absolutely love it. I really do. It's just such a special place to go to, isn't it? A very special place indeed. And great to be able to, you know, carry on from Manley Bridge. And then we did really well, didn't we? Went all the way to, Halberton, pretty much. Greenway Bridge. And knowing there's a car park there, that's handy. If you wanted to go from there and walk this way, you can. But you can, as I say, you make the distance the way you want it to be. You just make it your own, don't you? This sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just hoping the power doesn't go off this time like it did at Mutters Moor. But I've tried to make sure that the power is on the car without it timing out. But yeah, so how easy is it to get here? So it was a little bit tricky, not really tricky, but you come off Canal Hill, you go onto another road, then you've got sort of like some narrow roads to go to. There might be an easier way to get here. This is just my sat nav. You know, typical sat navs give you that kind of like wild goose chase experience, don't they? So hopefully there is a better way from the other direction, but it's probably worth just having a look. But terrain wise, spot on. This, folks, is perfect for any person. It really is. It's nice and flat. You know, there's obviously some gates, but you know where the if you go up onto the road over the bridges, you're going to have some gates. But really, this is just suitable for everyone. It really is fantastic. So highly recommend it. But I know people like me to do these sort of walks where everything is flat and accessible, because it makes sense, doesn't it? Because a lot of the time I can be found just walking through fields and all sorts of things like that. But yeah, this is great. It really is great. Sort of sat nav signal on a mobile, perfect. I've had signal all the way along here, no problems at all. Perfect. It was. I thought I'd just point out as we're walking along and, you know, using the footpath map to find out where we are. But I mean, every bridge has its own story, doesn't it, of history. So you're always like walking along, you're thinking, right, what's the next bridge going to be about? There's lots of history. It's like you're walking along a museum almost, aren't you, of so much past to it and meaning and what it was previously used for, and it's just so well looked after. It's really great, and just wonderful to come here at a completely different time of the year for the next part that we did, you know. So that was really good. And of course, yeah, no horse-drawn barge to be seen, because that season is currently over at the moment. So the new season will begin in April, so that'll be good. But yeah, so many great things. Parking wise, so Manley Bridge car park, it is limited. Luckily, when I arrived here, a car was leaving, but there were 2 spaces, so I was fine. But yeah, just got to bear in mind it might be a bit tricky to park here. Of course, I'm the last car here. Everyone's gone home for dinner, haven't they? But you know, but yeah, no, parking is absolutely fine. Want to say a shout out to Steve and John. Great to meet you both. And but yeah, hopefully you'll subscribe. Remember, it is free, because I don't think it's that clear that it's free to subscribe, and I think people think they're got to pay for a subscription, and you don't. It's completely free. But yeah, what a great start to the year, I must say. Really enjoyed it. And but yeah, did leave quite late thinking that halfway through the afternoon we might be all right, but yeah, it's not really, because wasn't able to have my lunch because I wanted to crack on. I wanted to do quite a bit today, so yeah. Also good to see the aqueduct as well, which Rue was saying about as well, and we did see it, which was cool. But yeah, because I was walking back, it's really getting dark, and I could hear the ducks quacking. They're probably thinking, hang on a minute, why is he walking along here at this time of night? But and they're trying to settle down. But yeah, no, it's good. And I took some shots of Manly Bridge when I got just back to the car, because you know, couldn't see anything on the video. You can see how it progresses from when I get to turn round and hear how dark it quickly turns. But yeah, I took a picture of Manly Bridge there. So it's amazing, isn't it, what technology can do in almost pitch darkness. And then I did a shot of the other way round, so looking out towards where we walked today from Manly Bridge. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm gonna head back home now. If there's anything I haven't covered, then please ask me in the comments, and I will come. You know, I will respond. You know, I always do in the end. So, but thank you for joining us. It's been wonderful. It really has. As I say, great start to the year. Happy New Year to you all. I know it's probably too late to say that now, but you know, yeah, thank you for joining us. Take care and join me for another walking journey very soon. And it's bye-bye from me, the Grand Western Canal.